It says in the Gemara in Ksubis of Kuf Yud Aleph Amud Beis. Ksubis, yeah, the end of Ksubis, B'chlal, there's a lot of different things that it says there about La'as Lavai, about Moshiach, about Techiyas Hameisim. So one of the things it says there in the Gemara is Asidin Tzadikim Sheyamdu B'malbusheyen. That the Tzadikim are going to stand up by Techiyas Hameisim with their clothing. You know, if you mind bringing me Gemara Ksubis, because I want to go through inside of the Taisus. The last krach of Ksubis. Thank you.
And I can be made that it's true.
What?
I can be made that it's emes.
Okay.
Because I saw, I heard that the Rebbe came back something.
With? Okay, but over here it's Asidin Tzadikin Sheyamdu B'mal B'Shein, that they're going to get up by Techiyas Hameisim wearing their levushim. So there's a machlokes what exactly this means. Which levushim will they be wearing? Taisus over here says B'levushayin mashma b'levushayin shenigperu. They're going to get up with the levushim that they are buried in. The hainu tachrichin. They're going to get up with their tachrichin. And then they're going to have regular clothing that's going to be brought to them. But initially, they're going to get up by Techiyas Hameisim in their tachrichin.
I have a question.
That's the first of Shad Gemara. B'levushayin. One second. Let me finish the Taisus. Well, b'pashtos, it's a massive miracle because just like the body decomposes, the tachrichim over so many years also decomposes. What? Good to char, but you're asking what's the chiddush? The chiddush is that when Techiyas Hameisim will happen, those levushim that they were buried in are going to be
opposed to what?
That they should get up without levushim.
That's like it's not. I whatever.
I have a question for my Gemara. The story of the Rabbi Yasser.
Yeah.
The story of the Bnei Nasi used to come Friday night.
Yeah.
What clothing did he wear?
He wore his clothing that he wore in his lifetime.
That's it. So by a simple, a regular.
Let's see. I'm going to retest it to you. Your question will be answered. Will be Yerushalmi. In Yerushalmi it says, the Hanoisem, Perik Hanoisem. Omar Rebbe Lebanov. Rebbe said to his children before he passed away, Miyatu b'tachrichin. You should put on less tachrichin, or maybe it means that you don't have to invest a lot of money into expensive tachrichin. Why not? Shasid and tzadikin sheyamdu b'levushayin. Because tzadikim are going to stand up with their levushim. So Taisus explains, what was Rebbe saying? Mashma, miyatu b'tachrichin. Don't invest money into tachrichin. Shasid and tzadikin shlo yamdu b'tachrichin. Tzadikim will not be getting up in their tachrichin. Ela b'levushayin mechayim. They'll be getting up Techiyas Hameisim in the clothing that they wore during their lifetime. That's Rebbe. So Taisus is saying that it's a machlokes between the Bavli and Yerushalmi what tzaddikim will get up with Techiyas Hameisim with the tachrichim or with their levushim that they wore during their lifetime. Right? We're not finished yet. Gilyan Ashas, Reb Kivege. Reb Kivege is mitzayin to the hemshich of what it says there in the Yerushalmi. Ubi Yerushalmi Sham Omar Alahi de Rebbe Alahi de Rebbe Omar Loi K'moi de Barnash Ozel Hu Osi. Not the way a person passes away when he gets buried. That's not the way he's going to come back. But Rabbanan Amri and Rabbanan argue and say K'moi de Barnash Ozel Hu Osi. Just like he's buried, that's how he's going to get up. So what do you see over here from the Hemshech of the Yerushalmi? That it's machlokes Rebbe and the Rabbanan. Rabbanan hold that they're going to stand up with Techiyas Hameisim the way they were buried, tachrichim, and Rebbe holds that they're going to stand up Techiyas Hameisim not with the tachrichim. They're going to stand up Techiyas Hameisim with the clothing that the person wore during his lifetime.
Rebbe's more b'chlal in the beginning of the
The lashon of the Gemara here. The lashon of the Gemara is also tzaddikim. Well, the lashon over here is barnash. Well, before in the Yerushalmi it says Asidin Tzadikim, and over here it says Barnash, which means all people. You're right? Yeah. Okay, so it's a machlokes when you get to Techiyas Hameisim, what a person will get up with by Techiyas Hameisim. So there's three nafkaminas from this. When you get to Ma'aseh B'Pearl, there's three important nafkaminas from this that's brought down in Rishonim. Nafkamina number one, I found in a sefer called Tanya Rabbasi, which is from one of the Rishonim that wrote a halacha sefer called Tanya Rabbasi, and the lashon that he says there is Toiv lahatl tzitzis betalis shel meis. Tachrichim should have tzitzis. Why? We don't do it now. Wait, he says Sheyamdu betalis mitzuyetzes, so that when they get up at Techiyas Hameisim, they should get up with a talis mitzuyetzes. So he's clearly paskening, like what Taisa says, that it's mashman argamara, that they get up with the tachrichim, not with the levushim that they wore in their lifetime. And he actually says that.
What was the right?
Huh?
Because if it was the levushim, then they were tzitzis anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna wear. The Havish is gonna make.
They're gonna get levushim. They're gonna get this. Okay, I hear you.
And then he says that in the Torah, the parsha of Mekoshish is written right near the parsha of Tzitzis. The conclusion of the parsha of Mekoshish is that he was chayiv misa. So he says, it says Mekoshish near Tzitzis to tell you that when you bury a mace, you should bury him in tachrichim that has Tzitzis. So that's one nafkamina.
So we don't do that anyway.
Right. Because we pass like the Bavli. Taisa says it's Yerushalmi. The Yerushalmi says that a person gets up with his clothing. The Bavli says you get up with the tachrichim, huh? But we don't do it anyways.
No, hold on. The reason why you bury someone with tzitzis or not is only because of when he wakes up.
After a person dies, b'meisim chofshi, no mitzvahs. It's not mechuyev in a mitzvah.
So what about putting a tzitzis on the side, in the box? So it'll be available.
So we passing that a person's going to wake up with. So why don't we talk?
Why we don't pass like this Tanya Rabbasi? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw. Weiter. Another nafkamina that could be. This is something that I have to dedicate a separate shir for, but it could be connected to this. I saw some people connecting it. Is regarding klayim. Burying a person with klayim. There's a befedish Gemara in Nida of Samachalaf Amid Beis that talks about this. The Gemara there brings a braisa that klayim, you're allowed to bury a person in klayim. You could make tachrichim out of klayim. So the Gemara over there brings a machlokes. One opinion, which is Abaya says no, you're not allowed to bury a person in klayim. It says in the braisa that a mace, you can use klayim for a mace. He says that's peshas hesped. If you want to cover him with klayim, you can cover him with klayim because he's potter from mitzvahs. But b'shas you bury him, you're not allowed to bury him in kalayim. Why? Because what happens when he stands up lasad lavai and he's wearing kalayim? Oh, exactly. But then the Gemara brings, Rabbi Yechanan says that no. Rabbi Yechanan says that you're allowed to bury him afilu lekayvrei. You're allowed to bury him even in kalayim. So it could be that this is connected because Rabbi Yechanan holds that he doesn't get up with his tachrichim. He doesn't get up with his tachrichim. He's okay. Rabbi Yechanan is from Eretz Yisrael. Okay. So Rabbi Yechanan held that he doesn't get up with the tachrichim, so you're allowed to bury him in tachrichim, which is kalayim. B'shas he's not, when he's dead, he's not chayiv in mitzvahs. When he's going to get up, the nest will happen that he's going to have regular clothing. So that's another thing, another nafkamina that comes out from this. A third nafkamina is I found is in Shulchan Aruch, Siman Shinun Beis. Very interesting shach. I'll read the lashon of the shach over here. The shach in Siman Shinun Beis. So in Siman Shinun Beis, the halacha regarding tachrichim is brought, which is the Gemara in Moed Katan. The Gemara in Moed Katan says that there's a takanas chazal that you should not make expensive tachrichim made out of fancy, expensive tachrichim, because not to be mechalik for aniyim that don't have. So even a adam choshev and a adam gadol should wear simple tachrichim, which is made out of pishton, white tachrichim made out of pishton. That's the psak in Shulchan Aruch. Ein kovrin hameis betachrichim yikarim va'afilu l'nasi shebi Yisrael. And then the next din, nagu likvay bebegadim levanim. But then the shach says as follows. Shach brings the Gemara that says, Taime de ein kovrin mishum tikkun ha'olam. The tikkun ha'olam shoha'aniyim einam yecholim la'asis kein. And then he says, v'gam mishum gasas haruach va'ashchasa. It's also gasas haruach. Then he brings a very interesting thing. Because of Bedarki Moshe, B'Shem Nemuki Yosef, Kala Oise Tachrichin Noim Lemeis, one that makes beautiful Tachrichin for a mace, Makirin Boy Shuhu Meide B'Tchiyas Hameisim V'Tova Yolav Brach. That's a simon that he believes in Techiyas Hameisim and Tova Yolav Brach. But he adds right away, Umayri Sha'Beged Pishton Yainah. It's not saying that it shouldn't be made out of white Pishton, but that white Pishton should be a Beged Noah, because it shows that he believes in Techiyas Hameisim. Ve'al Kain Nagu Kitzas Lachzer Achar Hayofe. Aval B'Chashuvim Yoser Midai Vada Yoser. Just reading you what it says here. What's the fragen by the Chevre Kadisha? I'm not in Chevre Kadisha. What? Yeah, it's white. He doesn't mean fancy as in designs. Fancy as in a good quality material, because it shows that he believes in Techiyas Hameisim. Nagu kitzas lachzer achar hayofe.
No. So different things.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the story. So those are the three nafkaminas over here. Okay, that's the three nafkaminas b'negei to Ma'aseh b'Poel over here, b'negei to tzitzis, kalayim, and tachrichim noim. Now, b'negei to this whole inyan, that lost at Love, the Mason will get up with Asidin Lamed Bilavusheim. So, on one hand, the point that you said before, it makes sense that Techiyas Hameisim, Tzadikim, or everybody should get up.
In Eretz Yisrael, they're buried in a talus or in Tachrichim? So it's covered with the talus.
I don't think they bury with the talus.
You're saying that's just that's instead of the
Talus,
urn?
that's how they carry you.
But I'm saying under the Tachrichim.
For sure, yeah.
So maybe that's like what it says over here in the Gemara, that B'shas HaHesped, the Tachrichim could have tzitzis. Or
It's not, they don't bury that talus?
Hold on.
Apostle talus they use?
Hold on. Did they bury with the talus?
They bury, I think they bury
They bury with the talus.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm saying under the Tachrichim.
Arbet nicht nach Chevre Kadisha.
It's possible. There's a lot of homework over here. You guys don't know this stuff.
It's good
It's good not to know. Don't worry.
Okay, so before I get to the other point over here, the Rashba. The Rashba has a third pshat in this whole Indian. So far it's either the Tachrichim or the Levushim that the person wore during his lifetime. The Rashba says that all the Gemara is trying to say is that by Techiyas Hameisim a person will get up dressed, not get up unclothed.
Right.
That's all the Gemara is trying to say. Asidim sheyamdu, it says tzadikim, but it doesn't refer to only tzadikim. Everybody, you have al-mechulon tzadikim. They're going to get up levushim b'chlal. But the Rashba does add an interesting point. He says that it does say in the Gemara b'levushay hen. They're going to get up with their levush. What does it mean b'levushay? If the point of the Gemara is b'chlal, that they should get up with levushim b'chlal. So what's the point of levushay hen? So he says as follows. They're going to get up with similar kind of clothing that they wore when they were alive. I'm not sure if he says that lashon. I don't have the whole lashon over here. I'll tell you what he says. Sheyakiru kol echad ve'echad meisai. A person should recognize who this person is. If a person will stand up by Techiyas Hameisim and he's not going to look the same as when he passed away, and he's not going to wear the same clothing that he passed away, you won't recognize that this is your father. You won't recognize who this person is, b'chlal. This is also connected to the shaila which I spoke about a few weeks ago. B'negei to Techiyas Hameisim, will a person get up at Techiyas Hameisim the exact same way, the way he passed away, with all the health issues and all the mumen he had, and then afterwards will be healed? Or will he stand up with a healthy body, fresh, new? So one of the svaras, one of the reasons that it says befedish, why a person would get up, what's the reason, if anyways Hashem is going to make a nest that'll be healed, why should he get up with all of the problems and then he'll be healed afterwards? The answer is so he should be recognized. People should see who it is, the way he gets up by Techiyas Hameisim, the way he passed away. And then afterwards they will renew him and he'll be fresh so that people won't even recognize him. Same thing with the levushim. The Gemara is saying that they're going to get up with clothing, hen that they wore when they were living. If a person always walked around with a white shirt, with a black suit, so that's how he's going to get up. If a person walks around and gets up in different clothing, so this is nicht der Mensch, it's a andere Mensch.
Right.
That's the Rashbas Pshat in this Gemara.
These are very interesting that in Chutzlas they bury the Thomas, and then that's so they don't bury the Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rabbi Google weiß schon so that.
But a doctor is on the road.
Spoke about this last week.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last week's share. Okay, now if the interesting thing is, if you look in Achrayim, there is some that say that this whole Gemara, the lashon of the Gemara here is Asidim Tzadikim Sheyamdu B'Levushayan. The Ben Ish Chai teaches this Gemara that it refers only to Tzadikim. And also the Beis HaLevi, there's a Kedama and a Sefer, there's a Drush in the beginning of the Sefer, he says also that this Gemara is only talking about Tzadikim. And what they say over there is that by a Tzadik, his guf is kadosh just as much as his neshama. So in halacha we know there's something called a tashmish al kedusha. Something that's a tashmish al kedusha has kedusha. But a tashmish did tashmish, something that's being used for another thing which is being used for kedusha, that doesn't have any kedusha. So he says by a tzaddik gomor, by a real tzaddik, his neshama, not only his neshama is holy, the guf alein is eichet, is also holy. So therefore the levushim of the person is a tashmish al kedusha. So therefore, the levushim are also going to be it's a tanes. Just like the body is going to be recreated, the levushim are going to be recreated, mitzad the kedusha, that permeates even through the levushim by a tzaddik. Shenkin, by any regular person, his neshama is taka but the guf doesn't have that same kind of kedusha, so the levushim, hitaka will not get up with his levushim. Yeah, he will not get up with his levushim. Huh?
So what's he going to do
Let him, we'll bring him clothing. Huh? Maybe lost love. It'll be like before Chetei Tzadas. V'lo yizbei shashu. It'll be different. There'll be no.
Why would tzaddikim have clothes?
Huh?
Why would tzaddikim have clothes?
Because of the kedusha, not mitzad. Because of the kedusha of the
Maybe
clothing.
get it and take it off. That's it. I don't know. According to that, I'm not trying to be a white.
Inside. Yeah. But in other places, there's a Taisvis and the Rishonim in Nida. That Gemara I mentioned before from Nida, where it discusses about burying a person in Kalayim. It's Beferish Mashma that this Gemara is not talking dafka about tzaddikim. It's talking about any and all Yidden.
One of them
All
says Barnash.
right. The Gemara in Yerushalmi. Barnash. No, he's quoting the lashon of Yerushalmi. Barnash k'moi the Barnash Ozel hu asi.
That's in the Yerushalmi?
Yeah. So but even in the Gemara, when it says tzaddikim, like you said, it doesn't have to mean tzaddikim kipshutai. In the letter of Techiyas Hameisim, there's different Gemaras. When the Gemara talks about Techiyas Hameisim, and the Gemara uses the expression of tzaddikim, so the Rebbe says that the tzaddikim means va'amich kulam tzaddikim. It doesn't mean dafke tzaddikim kipshutai. So over here also, when it says in the Gemara tzaddikim, it means all Yid. All Yidden, and Bemis befrat according to what it says in Chassidus, the kedusha of the neshama, the kedusha of the guf. Alter Rebbe ben Tanya, one of achartim mikolam v'loshen, that the bechira of the Eibush and the guf hagashmi of a Yid, and the kedusha, the gaidol, which is not only the neshama of the Yid, but even the kedusha of the gashmis, the guf of a Yid. So that's true about every single Yid, that the gashmis of the guf of the Yid has a tremendous kedusha, and the levushim that the person wears on that guf gets that kedusha as well. And therefore, Lasad Lavai, it's not only benegay to tzaddikim, benegay to every single Yid. Every single Yid is going to get up with those levushim. Yeah. Okay, Adkan.